Steam Next Fest is back and it goes on through Monday, so I wanted to shout out 23 demos that I think are worth playing. The first game is Dispatch. This is coming from previous Telltale devs who worked on The Wolf Among Us and Tales from the Borderlands specifically, and if you're into those games, you kind of know what to look out for. It's going to be a choice-based system where your choices matter, but it also adds some extra elements. You play as a group of misfit superheroes who are working in a dispatch office, and you have to send out superheroes to fight crimes and save people. And there's different like puzzles and stuff. It's very different. The animation style is amazing. It looks like it could be its own like animated TV series. So definitely look out for that. It's going to be released 2 episodes per week, and that starts next week. So I'm excited for that one. The next game is PowerWash Simulator 2. I kind of thought it was silly when I first heard of PowerWash Simulator, and in general, I thought it looked stupid, and I went to play it, and it's really relaxing, and I understand why people liked it so much. I've put probably like over 100 hours into the first game, and I am looking forward to the second one a lot. I think this is a game that's perfect for podcasts in the background if you need to catch up on some, but it's also just chill if you just need to chill and relax and you don't want to think about too much. The new game is going to have new mechanics like soapy suds that you can kind of cover an area with and you can wash them off, whereas before they were kind of mixed into the water mixture and it wasn't as satisfying as it is now. The graphics look a lot better. You can see like ripples in the water as you're power washing, things that you didn't see before. And you can also pet the cat in the new game. So definitely look out for that game and try the demo if you're unsure, because it's great. Hoomanz. This is a game that I had no idea what it was until they reached out to me on Keymailer, so thank you so much for contacting me. I thought this was really cute. It's a game where you play as kind of like this squirrel-like creature, and you're going around and you're scaring humans in the dark in the forest and trying to scare them off because humans are trying to destroy the forest and whatnot. So it's really cute. It's very simple, and I think it's a fun time. So if you enjoy stealth-based games and you like cute and cozy games, definitely look into that. It's also perfect for the season too because it releases this month and it kind of has Halloween vibes. Mosaic of the Strange. This is a new Mosaic game. I really like those. They're kind of like Minesweeper, where they're like logic puzzles where you have to fill in a 3x3 space depending on the number that's like in the middle there. So if you have a 9, all the 3x3 is going to be filled in as a positive. If you have a 0, all of it's going to be filled in as a negative. And there's like different numbers and stuff, and you kind of like you keep going and going, and it makes sense once you start playing it. Kind of hard to explain, but I really like them. Mosaic of the Strange actually changed something different. It added a new mechanic with kind of like a mystery solving crime scene sort of thing where you zoom in on the evidence and you do the logic puzzle like I just explained on the evidence, and then it fills it in and then it becomes available, and then you can put it on like the crime evidence bulletin board and all that. I'm not really sure exactly how it's going to play out, but it's completely different from what it's been before. In previous games, it would reveal, different sections would reveal like a new picture, and it would be just like this big mural at the end. But this one seems to be quite a bit different, and I think it's cool. It's got a story to it, which the other ones did not have stories attached to them before, so looking forward to that. I've played through all the Mosaic games now, so. Lumines Arise. This is a new Luminous game, and I've never played Luminous before, but I really enjoyed the demo a lot. I like rhythm-based games, and it kind of reminds me of, I guess, Bejeweled a little bit, but you've got like different colors. I think maybe like a 2x2 that you're trying to fit together. I can't remember exactly, but there's like this music playing in the background. The visuals are crazy, and the song intensifies as you clear out more lines and stuff. So it's really cool. I think it looks awesome. I really like Child of Eden. And I don't know if it's the same people who worked on that. I know it's the same people who worked on Tetris Effect, which I still have not played, and I love Tetris, so what am I even doing with my life? But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Check that out. Winter Burrow. This is a game about a little mouse, and you're trying to survive in the winter. You can collect resources and use those resources to like build new things that are going to help you get through. I think you're looking for another mouse, like a relative or something, and it looks like it's going to be kind of sad, but it reminds me of Redwall, and I really like Redwall. When I was a kid growing up, I used to read those books, so that's what drew me into it. But I'm excited for this, and that releases in November. Morsels is a roguelite game where you play as this little mouse, and um I can't remember exactly what all it does, but I did really like the demo for it, so definitely look into that. SpongeBob Titans of the Tide. This is a SpongeBob 3D platformer. It's a new one with the Flying Dutchman, kind of like took over, and um, so you're trying to save the town. And it's, from what I played of the demo, it's like not the best like 3D platforming, but it's satisfying enough, and it's, you know, it's got the SpongeBob humor that I love, so definitely looking forward to that. Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. I got into the playtest of this. I originally played the first game. It was the first rogue game. It was the first roguelite game that I had ever played, and I really enjoyed it a lot. You go through dungeons. It's a dungeon crawler roguelite at night, and the loot that you get is what you will sell in your shop during the day. So, and then, you know, the money that you make, the currency, you use it towards upgrades and stuff that'll help you get further along. In the first game, it was more like you were trying to upgrade your town and stuff. I don't really know exactly what's going on with this one. I don't know if I'm going to like it as much because they've changed quite a few things. The shop system did go back to what it was previously, because in the first demo for this, the shop was completely different from the first game, but now you can set the prices and stuff, so they kind of listen to feedback on that. So I'm happy that that's been fixed. But I'm sure that I'm still gonna like it. I just don't know that it doesn't seem as interesting to me as the first game, but I'm still looking forward to it, and I suggest playing the demo if you haven't. That one's going into early access in November, so I don't usually play early access until I usually wait for 1.0, which I think I will do with Moonlighter too. Constance. I'm not really a Metroidvania fan at all, but this game was really, really cool. It's very smooth platforming. People say it's kind of like, I guess, has like Celeste vibes and Hollow Knight in a way, but you're this girl with this like big paintbrush that helps you platform. It's very colorful, and I really liked how smooth this game played. So I'm looking forward to it, and I think you should check it out if you're into Metroidvanias. Even if you're kind of like me and don't really like them, you might want to give it a try anyway. Coffee Talk Tokyo. This is a new Coffee Talk game, and I love the first two. This one takes place in Tokyo instead of Seattle. It's got returning characters. I don't usually like visual novel type games, but Coffee Talk does something different where it kind of adds kind of like that coffee shop mechanic. I don't even like coffee, but I love the vibes, and I don't know, just what like coffee like does. Like I think it's like sophisticated and it's interesting. I just don't like the taste. But but you kind of like run this like coffee shop and you like talk to characters and they have like interesting stories and they're all kind of like fantasy type characters. But I like to see their story progress and I think it's worth playing and it's not boring. I think the vibes are really cozy and it's got good music and I like brewing the coffee too. So and there's tea as well, not just coffee, which I do like tea. Hermit and Pig. This was a game that I played the demo for, I want to say last year. And then they reached out to me before this Steam Next Fest and they provided an extended demo, the one that just launched, for me to preview, and I really, really enjoyed this game. The first time I played the demo, I liked it, but I didn't like it nearly as much as I do now. It's an RPG, kind of like the older classical style RPG, where you play as this hermit in the middle of the woods, and you're with your trusted pig, and you're collecting mushrooms, and then suddenly, like, things are going crazy. There's this girl who's um, saying that there's like people that are like this company that's coming over that's taking over and firing everybody from the plant nearby. And so you're trying to find this giant mushroom to save everybody. The the RPG mechanics are kind of like a timed turn base, and you have to do like combo attacks with like 3 button uh, key prompts. And all the attacks are like unique combos. So it's kind of like hard to remember and you have to remember them. And if you look at the book that like shows the combos and stuff, the time's still ticking. So you want to make sure that you get it before the other enemy gets an attack. So it's best to try to memorize. And if that sounds like too complicated and stressful, there is an option to just do like classic turn based where you are not timed and you can just kind of like choose the attack itself. I chose to do it the other way, even though it was a little stressful at first, but once I got used to it, I really enjoyed that it was kind of like different, you know. And it's really cute, and I think this is going to be a really, really good RPG, and I think everybody should check that out if you have not heard of it before. It's got some trippiness to it because it's they love their mushrooms, so but it's fun. Um, Cairn is a climbing game. I was a big fan of Jusant, so this is kind of like more realistic version of that, and you have to kind of control like all parts of your leg and your arms, and it's a lot harder to climb, and you have to really work on your stamina. You have to like set up camp as well. I think you can collect like resources and stuff to make tea and things that will help you. But it's really unique and it's pretty. This was originally supposed to come out this year, but it got pushed to next year. Lifted. This is, I want to say, from people who worked on Disney rides, like theme park rides before. This was originally called Aribuktu and the Anytime Elevator. It takes a lot of influence from Back to the Future and I think Uncharted as well. It's kind of like a 3D platformer. And even though I'm not like too fond of the character styles necessarily, I think the game is really fun. Kind of like has like some on rail elements to it as well, which them being theme park designers makes sense. I think this one was actually it was Tim on Kind of Funny who talked about this last year, and that's where I got this from. So definitely go look into that because he was really into it as well. Um, Truckful. This one I just played last week, the demo for. It's really short demo. It's like maybe 20 minutes, if that. But you drive around in this truck and you have to like deliver goods. It's kind of like Dredge a lot, but like in a truck. You've got to kind of like organize. like the suitcases or whatever you have in the back of your truck, kind of like on a grid based system, kind of like Dredge had, um, and get everything to fit. But also, as you're driving, you have to watch out for bumps and stuff because things can fall out. And if they fall out, then you have to start over. But there's also like this really scary like truck that chases you at night, kind of like Dredge had with the boat. So yeah, if you like Dredge, I think you should probably check this out. Reanimal. This is Tarzera Studios, the ones that did Little Nightmares 1 and 2. Not 3. Supermassive did 3. And no offense to Supermassive. I love The Quarry and Dark Pictures and stuff, but I just, I don't I know that they got mixed reviews, and from the demo of Little Nightmares 3, I could tell that it wasn't really the same, but it was something I expected because they've never really done a game like that before. But Reanimal is the original studio. They kind of like handed off Little Nightmares to Supermassive, and they wanted to do something a little bit different from Little Nightmares. This is very much like gameplay wise is very similar to Little Nightmares, but it's got like a different sort of style. It's still horror. I think it's actually scarier than Little Nightmares. But the characters actually talk for one. They're voice acted, and that's kind of crazy because none of the other ones have had that. Um, and you're trying to find all of your friends, and you're all trying to escape this crazy, like nightmarish place. And you've got things chasing after you and puzzles to do, and it's a puzzle platformer just like they were. But I think the vibes on this are really strong, and even though like I get freaked out really easily with horror games, I'm looking very forward to Reanimal a lot. inKonbini, one store mini stories. I worked in retail for most of my life, and why would I play a game about stocking shelves and selling things to customers? I don't know, because I kind of still like that. I just don't like the micromanaging and like all the other things that come with working retail in real life. But uh this was really cool. I really liked it. I think it's really fun. It's a like a Japanese convenience store that you run. And it kind of has vibes to Lake. If you haven't played that before, it was kind of like a postal service simulator, story narrative game. Um, and I think this is going to be really fun. It releases sometime next year, I think, but I'm not quite sure. Bilingual Crosswords. This is exactly how it sounds. You choose two different languages, and it's a crossword, and you're translating the word into the other language, and that's how you solve the crossword. As somebody who I lived in Chile back in 2006 after high school, and because we hosted an exchange student from Chile for a year, my senior year of high school, and I went back to go visit her after I graduated. And I don't use like Spanish on a daily basis, but I would like to like keep up with it for sure. Like, and I'm not like fluent, but like I know enough. But Duolingo does what it does, but it's not enough sometimes. So anything else I can do to kind of like work on it is good for me. So I think this is a good way to do that. There's all different types of languages too. It's not just Spanish. It's not just the main languages. They have quite a few. I don't know exactly how many, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Mythmatch. This one I played the demo for last year, but it's still up, and it's really cool. It's kind of like an RPG where you're trying to help fix this town that was messed up for whatever reason, but um the puzzles that you solve are kind of like these like um it's hard to say, like tile based like system where you have to match them up, but there's like different characters and monsters that are moving around and stuff, and you have to like try to get them matched before it messes up and like things change and whatever. It's really hard to explain, but it's really unique and cool. Rooster. This one is a game about the zodiac characters, and it's kind of like has like different types of puzzles and elements and stuff. And you play as this rooster who's trying to I guess he got in trouble. He's the zodiac rooster, and he got in trouble. He did something wrong, and so he's having to like correct his wrongs by like solving all these puzzles and um fixing things. So yeah, it's really cool. It's hand drawn, kind of like a watercolor picture type animation, and I really think it's pretty. But the demo wasn't too terribly long, but I think it was really cool. Woodo. Woodo is a game where you have these kind of like these wooden puzzles, and you have to place the pieces in their correct spaces, and then it kind of like brings the stories to life. And they're kind of like these like these miniature scenes. I don't know exactly what you would call those, but it's really cool, and I really like the visuals. They call it as like they say it's like a 3D coloring book that you can touch. Um, Dioramas. Okay, yeah. So it's just like little puzzle like dioramas that you're trying to fill in, and I think it's really cute, and I love the visuals on it. Um, a week in the life of Asocial Giraffe. So there's a giraffe that has like social anxiety, and he does not want to talk to anybody. So he's doing his best to try and avoid every like situation where he has to talk to somebody. But he's a giraffe in like this human world. So he kind of stands out. So you kind of have to like it's a point and click game, and you have to strategically like move him around to avoid humans at all costs. Otherwise, they will talk to him, and the more they talk to him, his head just blows up. So, and then you have to start over. It's really cute. It sounds crazy, but it's cute. So definitely check that out. And save the best for last. This was the best demo I've played this year. I really, really enjoyed this game a lot, and I didn't want it to end. For those who are playing or excited for Ball Pit from Devolver that just released today, Monsters Are Coming Rockin' Road. This is being published by Raw Fury, the same publisher of Blueprints. It's a roguelite where your town is on wheels and you are trying to defend it as it's rolling down this like hallway. And you can also build your base as you're going too. And there's all these monsters that are coming towards you. You got to fend them off, kind of like survivor-like style, like Vampire Survivors. And then you get upgrades and stuff, and then you can defend. But as you build your base, it gets wider and wider. So there's more obstacles, and you have to clear out more things. And you're just one person, but you also can like upgrade your town to have like cannons and stuff that will fire off and help you. And it's really cool. The music's really satisfying, and I love roguelites like this, and I'm so excited for that. That will be like a day one purchase for sure. And all of these were in order of release, so there's no release date yet on this one, so I'm assuming it'll be next year, hopefully. Anyway, that's all the demos that are currently still up that I think are worth playing, and let me know if there's any that you've checked out that you really like. I kind of like have a wide range of games that I like, but I guess you can kind of see from my list here which ones I enjoy. Um, yeah, so that's it. I'll see you guys later.